Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fill the Gap. It's so good to be back. So today we'll be doing a topic which is very confusing, but actually, it's not that confusing. It's competitive and non competitive inhibition. Okay, so let's just use real life examples, and everything will be so much easier. So imagine that I'm really hungry and I'm planning to eat a salad. So I am the enzyme, okay? I am the enzyme and there is a salad in front of me and that is the substrate. So I'm planning to eat the salad. Now, as soon as I reach for the salad, suddenly a cheesy pizza is placed in front of me. What do? Of course, I'll go for the pizza, right? That's more appealing. So the pizza is the competitive inhibitor here. So who am I? Enzyme. The salad is the substrate, and this, wow, yummy cheesy pizza is the competitive inhibitor. Pizza is competing with salad for my attention, right? So pizza is here, salad is here. Obviously, they are competing against each other for the enzyme affinity. Affinity means love or like. So I'm the enzyme. Who will I choose? That is the competition all about. So competitive inhibitors decrease enzyme substrate affinity. So who is the competitive inhibitor here? The pizza. So pizza being in front of the enzyme decreases the enzyme substrate. What is the substrate? The salad. The enzyme substrate affinity. So that is one thing. You're done. You learned that much. Next. Now what if there are 10 bowls of salad and only one slice of pizza? So here what are we doing? We are increasing the substrate concentration. What is the substrate? The salad. So now there is 10 bowls of salad in front of me and there's only one slice of pizza. So what happens here is there's only one slice of pizza and 10 bowls of salad. So I just eat this. Of course, I'll go for the pizza first, but I'll end up eating the salad too because there's 10 bowls of them. There's a lot and I'm probably not yet, I'm still hungry. So as soon as I finish the pizza, since there's a lot of salad left, I end up eating the salad too. So what did we learn here? Increasing the amount of substrate, that is increasing the number of salads, can overcome competitive inhibition. Now let me just explain what is Vmax and Km, okay, because you see this everywhere and it just looks like Greek and Latin. To me also it looked like that until I came up with this example, a real life example which actually helped. So this will help you guys too. So Vmax, what is Vmax? Just think of it as the maximum speed at which you can eat your food. Even if there's unlimited food in front of you, you can't eat beyond a speed, right? You can't eat faster than a speed that you have. So this maximum speed that you can possibly eat is called the Vmax. Okay, so that is done. Now what is Km? Km is the amount of food you need that you need to make you eat at 50% of your maximum speed. Okay, so some people may need only one bowl of salad to reach that 50%. So their appetite is high, they have low Km. Only one salad was enough. But there might be some other people who need 10 bowls of salad before they can reach that 50% speed. So their appetite is low, but their Km is high because they need 10 bowls of salad. So that is about Vmax and Km. Now let's come back. So I did tell you about the example where I increased the substrate, right? Like I had 10 bowls of salad and one slice of pizza. So I did eat the pizza, but I did end up finishing the salad as well because there's 10 bowls of it and I was still not like, I still wanted food. So what does that mean? So here what we're doing is we increase the substrate. That is, we increase the salad and that helped us overcome competitive inhibition by the pizza. So Km in this case increases because how many salads are there? Because we increase the salads, that substrate, right? So 10 bowls of salad, 10 substrate, that's a lot. So Km increases. But Vmax here remains unchanged because Once the pizza is gone, once I eat the pizza, there's still enough food, so I can still eat as fast as I was eating before, so that remains unchanged. Vmax is unchanged. Okay, so now let's talk about non-competitive inhibitor. So non-competitive inhibitor means like this is, let's say you were very excited to eat that pizza, and suddenly you smell some really bad smell, some spoiled food or something, and your appetite is gone. What happened here? So suddenly you smelled something bad, and that bad smell is the non-competitive inhibitor. So even though your favorite pizza with cheesy and yummy is right in front of you, that bad smell is making you lose your appetite, which is causing you to eat that food in front of you very slowly or not at all. Okay, so that is non-competitive inhibition. Non-competitive inhibition. Okay, so basically here the non-competitive inhibitor is the bad smell. Okay, so even if there's a lot of pizza, even if there's a lot of salad, you're not able to eat at the same pace as you were able to eat, or you were not able to eat at all because of this bad smell. So in this case, you are the inhibitor is not competing with the food, if you noticed. The non-competitor is doing nothing. It's a bad smell. So what it does is it reduces your desire to eat or your ability to eat. So here the Vmax is decreasing. What is Vmax? The speed at which we can eat, right? The maximum speed at which you can eat. That decreases because the appetite is gone now. Sorry. So, no matter how full the table is, you cannot eat at your original speed. Now, Km here remains unchanged because the problem isn't about recognizing the food, but your appetite itself has reduced. So, Km remains unchanged. So even if you add more pizza or salad, basically adding more substrate is not going to help. Adding more competitive inhibitor is not going to help because your appetite itself is gone. So this is non-competitive inhibition. So in competitive inhibition, Km is increased and Vmax remains unchanged. And non-competitive inhibition, Km is unchanged and Vmax decreases. If you found this video to be helpful, please leave me a comment and also let me know which topic I should work on next. Okay, bye. That's all for today. Bye.
Bye. Ta-ta.